What is up, Not So Pro Football Talk? This is another episode of Bats. Yes, Bats, week 12. Jeez Louise, it's already week 12, guys. So crazy. But last week was a good week for all of us. We all went positive. So there was 14 games last week. Uh, so opportunities for us to gain up on AJ, right? Since he didn't put in his picks. Nah, just kidding, guys. He did. Sadly, AJ got in all his picks before. Excuse me, real fast while I mute that. But I mean, I went 9-5. Reed, you went 8-6.
That's not
Sadly,
bad.
AJ also went 8-6. So we really didn't make up any ground on him. But we'll get right into this week. It is what it is. Hopefully, this week AJ does horribly, right, Reed?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
But we shall see. We shall see. So first up, Reed, you can take the show here.
All
It's
right,
your game.
so Green Bay Packers, we are going to Detroit for the Thanksgiving tradition of the Detroit Lions playing on Thanksgiving. Packers are banged up going to this game. We just put Luke Musgrave on IR. Our tight end Aaron Jones is I think he's a long stretch from playing from this game. They have not counted him out yet, but he's very doubtful. And then there's just peppered with injuries everywhere else on defense, offense. I think the Lions are going to win this game, but the spread is what's getting me. 9 points? So that means they have to win by 10? I don't like that. I'm taking the Packers always, but I think the spread is a little bit too much. Packers offense has been looking better. I think we can keep this at least within 9 points, I think. So I'm taking Packers here.
Not bad, not bad. I do agree here. I think I am going to go with the Green Bay Packers, even though Aaron Jones is out. I think Dylan can pick up the slack, play a little bit better, but we shall see. I'm going to go Packers here. I think the Detroit Lions aren't playing at their highest capability, and
We
I
saw
think the
them
Packers,
struggle against the Bears.
yeah, so I think these divisional games are going to be tougher than they are when they play non-divisional games. So we're going to go ahead and take the Packers here, and we'll see what AJ says. But yeah, I think that spread is quite large.
It's
So we'll
very
see.
large.
But this next one is even bigger here while my computer struggles to load. But the Washington Commanders versus the Dallas Cowboys, 12.5 is the spread here in favor of the Cowboys. Now, this one is probably one where, the Cowboys have been making these big spreads, but the Commanders, I mean, sometimes they play well, sometimes they don't. They lost to the Giants last week, hurt us because all of us chose the Commanders to cover that spread. I think I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys here. I think it's just an easier pick here, even though the spread is so large. But I feel like the Cowboys are getting on a roll. They are figuring out who they are later in the season.
Yeah, I really wish Bet US would make this easier on us by giving us a smaller spread. But the Dallas Cowboys, what they do best is beating up these losing teams. Teams with a losing record, they just absolutely pulverize. I think minus 12 is definitely going to be covered. I think it was minus 16 against the Giants last week, and they absolutely destroyed that one. So I think we're good with the minus 12 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Not bad, not bad. So we're both going to go with Cowboys here. I'll move on to this next game, and we're going to give props where they are propped, needed, all that good stuff, right? So San Francisco, they've been covering mostly all of their spreads the entire year. This one is a little disrespectful for me. Yes, I think that we are a little bit not as good as the 49ers at this current time. They have a stacked roster, you can't deny it. But I think the Seahawks can cover this spread at 7.5. It is in Seattle, even though, Geno Smith is questionable at this current time that we are recording on Wednesday. He's questionable right now. Kenneth Walker is doubtful. He's not going to play. So it's all up to Charbonnet. Reed, say it with me. Charbonnet.
Charbonnet.
There we go. Because you're going to be hearing that a lot on Thursday. He's
Okay.
going to be running it down the 49ers' throats because the run defense for the 49ers is not as it used to be. I think Seahawks cover this. Do I think we win? I hope we do. I think we have a chance. But everybody has to be playing on the ball. Geno has to be as healthy as he can. And I'm taking Seahawks. What do you think, Reed?
I want to take the Seahawks just despite AJ, but 7.5. You guys are banged up right now. Wait, on your two most pivotal points on your offense, with Gino being hurt and Kenneth.
K9 Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I think the Niners win this and they cover. I'm taking the Niners. That's my safe pick. Okay, I'm rooting for you guys though.
Safe pick. Alrighty, we'll see if that one comes back to bite you here, but we'll see.
We'll see.
So those are the Thursday games, and this week we have a Friday game too, guys. It's just gonna be a great week of
Black
football.
Friday.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's gonna be a horrible game to watch. Honestly, this one's at 3 o'clock. Miami Dolphins versus the New York Jets. Zach Wilson's not the starter anymore. I don't even know what to think of the Jets at this point. So I think this one's an easy one for me. Miami Dolphins all the way. I think they're playing at a high level. The only thing that worries me is the way the Jets defense is playing. They are pretty locked down there at the cornerback and safety position. Their defensive line gets in there. So hopefully that doesn't falter the Miami Dolphins offense. But give me the Dolphins. Spread is 10.
Yeah. I don't know if sitting Zach Wilson makes me feel better about the Jets or worse about the Jets. It's really just like, yeah, he's bad, but do you have anything else out there? Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle's getting the start. Shout out former Packer. But I mean, we cut the guy. Like I think the Dolphins are going to do what the Dolphins do. Is kind of like the Cowboys on these bad teams. These not so good teams they beat up on. I got the Dolphins -10.
Not bad, not bad. I will pick the Dolphins there for NSP. We'll see what AJ thinks. But moving on to the game that we will be in attendance, guys. So if you are watching this on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, just know that at 12 o'clock, well, Eastern time here is 1 o'clock, but 12 o'clock Central time for us. We will be at the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Houston Texans game. They're at NRG Stadium, ready to see a butt whooping, because I think this one is going to be very one-sided. I think the Houston Texans take this one by storm. They have been playing way out of their league, in my opinion. I think they are one to take this division and make the playoffs this year. So give me the Texans. I'm rooting for them. Hopefully, a lot of guys on my fantasy do well. That's why I'm also rooting for them. But give me the Texans. They are not favored here. Jacksonville Jaguars are favored by 1.5.
All right. Yeah, I'm also confused a little bit on how the Texans aren't favored here. I think like when we bought those tickets, we were like, "Oh, Jaguars going to beat up on Texans," but we just want to see how good the Jaguars are. But we're actually going to the games to see how good the Texans are. Crazy change up for us as far as like when we bought these tickets months ago. I got the Texans here. I think +1.5. That's an easy pick for me. Give me the Texans.
Heck yeah, baby. I'm just ready to see what CJ Stroud is going to show us. It's going to be pretty awesome. But moving on, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are favored here by 2.5. I mean, in my opinion, this one is a toss-up. I haven't been liking the way the Colts have been playing entirely as an offense. Haven't been liking the way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been playing as an offense. Yes, their run game is a lot better, and I love that. And that's why I think I'm going to go with them here. I think run game wins like games. If you can run the ball, you're able to pass it because you got to keep everybody true to their position on the defensive side. So I don't know, man. I just think this one's going to be a slugfest, but I think the Buccaneers are able to cover this 2.5 spread or win this game. So what do you think here?
I'm gonna ride with the Colts. I don't have any like good reason other than a gut feeling here. It's not a spidey sense; it's just a gut feeling. I think the Colts just have a more complete team, and I think even though I don't think they're a good team, I think they are able to come up on top of games, and I think that's what's going to end up happen here. The ball's just going to roll in their court.
Cool.
It's going to bounce in their direction.
As we always do, since there are just two of us, I will go in Reed's favor first, and then the next time will be in my favor whenever we split. But next game here, Patriots versus the Giants. I mean, again, this is a Northeast like rivalry, I guess you can call it. Whenever they play, it's usually a decent game. This time, I'm not too sure how good this game is going to be. Both of these teams have not been playing uh, very consistently. Yes, there are a few wins here and there, but that's usually those outlier games. This one's kind of hard for me to choose, but I like the way DeVito is playing. I think I'm gonna go with the spicy pick here. The Giants are have like 3 or 4 wins. Can't remember exactly, but I think I'm going with the Giants here to at least cover the spread.
All right. Yeah, with the Patriots, we don't even know who's going to start for them. What Bill Belichick said was basically, I'm telling everyone from quarterback to defensive end to corner, like everybody be prepared to play this week. I have no idea what's going on in the Patriots organization right now. I don't know if we're getting Mac Jones on Sunday. I don't know if we're getting Bailey Zappi or another person behind those two. I'm not positive what's going to happen. I like how DeVito's playing. I cannot believe I'm picking for the Giants. I think this might be the first time all year. I may be wrong on that I picked the Giants, but give me the Giants plus 3.5. I think they come up and win this game. I may have picked them at the early season when we actually thought they were good,
I
but
think so.
since then, since we saw who they are, we have not touched the Giants at all.
And I mean, who knows? Maybe it's for good reason, but we'll see this week as we both pick the Giants to, win this game, hopefully, or at least cover the spread. But Carolina Panthers versus the Tennessee Titans. I mean, this one's another one that I'm just unsure about. I feel like the Titans cannot run the ball. I feel like the Carolina Panthers cannot pass the ball anymore. Adam Thielen is still there, but he's not as relevant as he was in the beginning of the season. Derrick Henry is healthy and he's still there, but he's not at all what we were expecting him to be. I mean, sometimes he only goes for like 15 to 20 yards. And I do blame the offensive line a lot, but I think this one here, I'm having an upset. I do think the Carolina Panthers are going to win this game and not just cover the spread. I think they're going to win this game. I don't like the way the Tennessee Titans are playing. I don't like Will Levis. Don't like anything that's going on there on the offensive side. The only thing that can save the Titans is their defense, but I don't even think they can get that going this week. So give me the Panthers.
Wow, I'm kind of leaning the same way. I don't know who's going to win this game, but I'm just going to go ahead and pick the underdog just for the point spread. I think it's a safer bet for me. I'm going to go with the Panthers here.
Not bad, not bad. Love it, love it. Now we got another divisional game here. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I think this one's another toss-up. In my opinion, I am flabbergasted at why the Steelers are favored here by 1 point. I don't know. I don't get it, but I think I'm going to go with the Bengals here. Even though Joe Burrow is out, I still think they're a scrappy team. They have the weapons. This is kind of like a new, fresh start for them, I guess you can say. That quarterback Browning, he was decent in college as well as in high school. So I think it can translate well to this game. He just has to be very smart with his decisions, and I think Mixon's going to have an amazing game this week. So give me the Bengals here. They are not favored. Pittsburgh's favored by 1, but I think the Bengals upset on this spread.
Okay. So this is the first game for the Pittsburgh Steelers after firing Matt Canada, and we're going to find out if Kenny Small Hands Pickett is going to be unleashed or he's just as bad as Matt Canada. But I'm going to pick the Pittsburgh Steelers here. At the end of the day, Steelers win games. Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches of all time, in my opinion. And I think that losing Joe Burrow is just going to be too much for the Bengals to keep going. Give me the Steelers here.
Bad, not bad. So as I said, we'll go ahead and pick mine for now.
Okay.
Reed does make a very good comment, though. Steelers do win games miraculously. They are above 500. But we'll move on to this next one, all right? So New Orleans Saints versus the Falcons. This is a straight up pick 'em. I think I'm going to go Saints here. I think they're the better team overall. Atlanta Falcons are still, decent, but I'm just not sold yet on the way that they're using that offensive scheme that they should be using. So give me the Saints. I think they win this one. It's just a straight up pick.
Is Derek Carr hurt right now? I can't remember. Has he
He
finally come
is
back healthy?
he is still hurt, but I believe he is practicing at a limited capacity at this time.
He's still playing like trash no matter what. I'm gonna go with Saints. Yeah, I think they're a better team overall. Atlanta Falcons. I just don't like what you're going on offense. With Ritter, I think he's going back into the starting position from what I've heard.
Yep.
And yeah, I just don't like what's happening there. Give me the Saints.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So straight up pick there. Saints NSP are going with the Saints. So we get into the evening games on Sunday. Los Angeles Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. Another straight up pick 'em. I think this one's easy in my opinion. Yes, Kyler Murray's back, but I haven't been entirely impressed. He plays decently. So does that offense right now. But James Conner's not playing at the level I want him to play at in order for me to pick them. I think the Rams played pretty decent last week against us. I feel like their defense is starting to heat up. So I think I'm going to go with the Rams this week in this divisional game.
Okay. Yeah, this is a toss up for me, just like how it is. It's just a pick 'em. I'm gonna go Cardinals here. Give me the spicy pick of I think Kyler Murray plays well. And I don't like saying that.
We'll see. I mean, he's still a versatile player, so we'll see what he does this week. But moving on, Cleveland Browns versus the fire Denver Broncos at this point in time. This one will probably be one of their biggest tests as of a defensive team. Yes, they beat Kansas City. Yes, they beat I think they beat the Browns earlier this season too. But those two games were very close, as all their games have been very close. They are on a 4 or 5 game win streak. I'm not 100% sure, but Russell Wilson is playing out of his mind at this point in time. There's even conversation that he could fall into the MVP race, but we'll see. This one, I think I still have to ride with the Broncos. I feel like they've been one of the more consistent teams going into the middle towards ending of the season. So I think they keep riding that momentum, and I think they can beat the Browns here, especially with the Browns figuring out who they're going to have at the quarterback position. They just signed Joe Flacco to their practice squad. Who knows what's going on there? So give me the Broncos. I think they're the better pick here.
Broncos country. Let's ride. I'm going with the hot hand. Give me the Denver Broncos. I don't like what's Browns are a good team. They just don't got offensive firepower that I want.
Not bad, not bad. Moving on, Bills versus the Eagles. This one should be an interesting game as the Bills, they kind of made us eat our words this past week. All of us chose the Jets, and the Jets got demolished. I think the score was like 31-6, and when it was all said and done. But so Bills are not favored here. The Eagles are, of course. So Eagles favored by 3.5. I think I still have to ride with the Eagles. I think they are the better team here. They showed it against Kansas City, even though Kansas City did not play very well. But I just credit that defense for holding it down, and I think they can hold down the Bills. So give me the Eagles.
I'm also going to take the Eagles here. They're the better overall team. I think they struggle a little against Kansas City. They'll struggle a little bit against Bills. It'll be a close game, but Eagles will come out on top.
Not bad, not bad. Speaking of Kansas City, they are going to go and face the Raiders. They're favored by 9 points. I think that's pretty good. I think I might ride with them. I'm not 100% sold with the Raiders and their offense there, but I'm also not 100% sold with the Chiefs' offense at this current time. But I still think they are the better team, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs here to cover the spread. Might be a bad pick, but that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think -9 is just a little bit too much for me. If it was 7-6, I would go with the Chiefs, but 9's too much for me. I'm going to take the Raiders here.
Not bad, not bad. So we'll pick mine as it is my turn there. And then finally, we have Sunday night football here. Baltimore Ravens versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Should be a shootout unless the Ravens defense comes to play and they shut down the Chargers. But I feel like every time I watch a Chargers game, the game is so close. It's always a shootout. I don't know what's going to happen. It always comes down to that last 2-minute drill, whoever has the ball, and they usually win it. I think it's going to be the Ravens. I mean, I feel like you can't count on the Los Angeles Chargers to finish these tough games. Even some of the games that are not so tough, they make them tough. I feel like that's just their identity. So give me the Ravens here. I think they are the better team. Yes, they lost Mark Andrews, but they have Isaiah Likely who could come in and stir some stuff up. Who knows? So give me the Ravens and Lamar Jackson.
Give me them Ravens. Chargers, keep on losing games so you can get your head coach fired. It's your only way out of this predicament at this point. Give me the Ravens.
Pretty true, pretty true. Sad to say it, but it is. Lastly, we have a very good game read. Monday Night Football. The Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, we'll see how this one turns out. Maybe it'll actually be a good one. I feel like it's going to be a lot of running involved in this game, so it could be going by quickly. But I think I may go with the Chicago Bears here. I've liked the way they've been playing. Uh, they've had some tight games lately as Fields has come back and started. He's not playing like the top 5 quarterback that I thought he was in fantasy, but he's still playing well. So give me the Bears. I think they cover this spread even if they lose.
I got the Bears winning this game. You saw the Minnesota Vikings or the Bears put up a good fight against the Lions, and I think they can continue doing so against the Vikings. I got them covering the spread. I got them winning. Josh Dobbs will have a good game though.
Not bad, not bad. Well, guys, those are the picks here for NSP. We will be awaiting AJ's picks in the comments before tomorrow morning, or by tomorrow morning. So we have our first game kicking off at 12:30 Eastern time. Should be, well, actually, it should be 12:30 our time, Central Time. We'll see. 11:30. There you go, 11:30. So catch those games, guys. It's going to be a fun week of football. Make sure you are going out, seeing family, seeing friends, celebrating this Thanksgiving. Just, if you can't make it to any of your family during this time, shoot them a text, tell them how much you care about them. Same thing with your friends. Just have fun, guys. Be safe. Be safe on those roads, especially. And if you feel like betting with us on this Thanksgiving weekend, go ahead, hit down there in the link section below. We do have a BetUS link where you can get your money matched 125% so that you can have some fun. But please bet responsibly. You must be 18 years older. And of course, if you agree with our picks, go ahead and ride with us, guys. If not, tell us why we're wrong. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and of course, have a happy Thanksgiving. Reed, do you have anything else to say?
Keep on grinding.
There we go.